Hey guys, and welcome back to Team Path to Peaks YouTube channel. Really grateful for you guys to be here. I know I have not been here as of late. I've been busy with life, but I'm back and I'm here with some Pokemon TCG information. And thanks again for always supporting us in our social media networks at Twitter and as well as in Instagram at Team Path Peak. We are also live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our team talks and giveaways. So if you like free stuff and love talking about Pokemon TCG, head on down to our Twitch channel. We'll always be grateful for you guys. Thank you for always supporting us, and let's go ahead and check out today's topic. With Astral Radiance coming out, we have access to new cards, new decks, and with new decks means a new meta, and that's really cool and really great for us Pokemon TCG players because that rejuvenates our outlook in the meta for our favorite game. And you know, we have this advantage, I don't know if you want to call it advantage, but we can kind of see to the future of how to use these cards because Japan always gets this set or their version of this set one ahead of us, and that basically allows us to look into how they used it, and it's up to us if we want to either adapt to it or just copy it completely. And that's the great part about Pokemon TCG, is that we're always open to kind of adjusting, learning, and creating new decks so that we can share it with everybody else, so everybody has a chance in succeeding in this game that we love so much. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the decks that are being played in Japan when this set is out, so that we can kind of get an idea of what is going to be shown in Astral Radiance. So without further ado, this is the decks that I think we will be seeing in the Astral Radiance meta. The first deck we're going to look at is the Origin Form Palkia V-Star deck. This deck is possibly the most played deck in Japan right now in the competitive scene. It is consistently seeing top 6 placements in small tournaments, large tournaments, and even the Championship League. So there's it's just really good. Consistently being able to set itself up both early game and mid-range, and as well as being able to hit really hard. So this deck really is a shining star in this set. You get a lot of support with like Radiant Greninja being able to discard energies because Palkia's V-Star power really thrives on seeing energy in the discard pile because you can actually get them back. So being energy screwed is not something that you should worry about. Thanks to other supporter cards like Irida and Roxanne in this deck, allowing you to set up your stuff even quicker and being able to disrupt your opponent if they're ahead. That's kind of a really cool combination of being able to keep yourself on the floor rather than being swept out. And then as well as the introduction of Temple of Sinnoh, because there are a lot of special energies in the top tier decks, so being able to shut that down is just something that you want. So yes, this is the most played deck in Japan's meta right now, and well, until Dark Phantasm comes out, but then this is what you will assume you will see a lot of. I think that's it, because I will be playing this deck and I'm really excited to try this out. And this is going to be a blast to see. This might be the new Arceus actually, so get ready for that. The next deck we're going to look at is the Return of the Darkness Eternatus VMAX, and I know immediately everyone's like, oh, but Urshifu is still a thing. It's like, yes, Urshifu is still a thing, but Urshifu would need to boss his Eternatus into the front to be able to do damage to it, because Eternatus VMAX is no longer your main hitter. Your main hitter is the Hisuian Samurott V-Star, and that being a thing, it's just really, really cool to have a new Pokemon at the front that deals a lot of damage. Being able to set up the success of Samurott being able to do it is, it's all integrated into this deck, as in its own V-Star power or even Galarian Zigzagoon. And then even charging yourself up, we have the introduction of the reintroduction of an old friend from Dark Explorers, the Dark Patch, which basically allows you to attach an energy, basic darkness energy from your discard into any of your darkness Pokemon in the bench. So really good setup, setup plays, because even though Samurott is your main hitter, I think Eternatus would like to bat up once in a while, so that's something you just have to make sure it happens. So yes, really excited to see this. I won't be personally playing this deck. I think that most people might revisit this deck Maybe I will, but we'll see. I'm really excited to see Eternatus back in play because I like the shenanigans. And yes, I know a lot of people are still kind of like bummed out because Avery is a thing, but you know what? We can't have everything. But enjoy this deck if you're going to build it, because I think it's going to be so much fun. So when you thought Bliss EV was already fun to deal with, Bliss EV now has a bunch of new supporters, new toys to play with, and a new best friend. And this is just more fun to deal with. I will be personally playing this deck, so I'm actually just tooting my own horn and patting my own back, and as well as stressing myself out because it's going to be a really ridiculous deck to deal with. So we all know Bliss EV is this big tank with Cape of Toughness. It reaches 300 HP, and it's a V Pokemon. Hits like a brick if you can, if it survives like a turn or two. So really cool. Now going into this deck, the new supporter Kamado is something that you kind of really wanted in this deck. You're gonna have you maybe one or two off. It's because you have to reset your hand, but you don't want to throw all your items away, because your items is what kind of makes this deck. So with Kamado, you don't have that issue. And with the introduction of two items, the Hisuian Heavy Ball, which allows you to pull out any hidden one-offs of your basic Pokemons out of the prize into your hand, allows you to play them, and as well as the Switch card, which heals you as you retreat. So that, and then the new best friend, which is Miltank. If you guys don't know Miltank had a great kind of like nod to the community because of what it does. So Miltank has this ability called Miracle Body, where it prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon V. So I'll let you guys imagine what that means. If you guys can't imagine it, it just means the majority of the meta can't hurt Miltank. So this deck just has more shenanigans to deal with, and as I said, I'll be playing this deck. It's going to be super fun. I hope you guys try it out too, and enjoy tilting opponents. Where there is Palkia, Dialga is not that far behind. This is the Origin Form Dialga V-Star deck. Really cool deck with a very awesome win condition, because you get a back-to-back turn that allows you to either be ahead or just win out the game straight out. Because of its V-Star power attack, Star Chronos, that is doable. The deck basically plays out like the Zacian Zamazenta deck, where you're trying to feed as much energy as you can to the Pokemons in the bench and then switching them out to be able to do damage, or just setting them up so that you can access the win conditions that you're looking for. Thanks to Dialga from Vivid and as well as Bronzong, you can obtain energies and put them into your benched Pokemons. Radiant Greninja is there to throw away your energies so that you can access them back with Dialga or Bronzong. So that's a thing, or even Metal Saucer. So this deck really just plays out like that deck. There's a notable new card here, which is the Trekking Shoes. And Trekking Shoes is a good way to be able to see what's on top of the deck, and then if you don't need it, you can throw it away and then draw another card. So if that's an energy and you have Metal Saucer, then great use of that card. So yes, this deck is really awesome. I think a lot of people will be playing this deck just so that there is a nice kind of form. If you enjoyed the Zacian format, this is a nice way to come back into it, and a more intense kind of version of it. So I think I might play this, so I will tell you guys if I do, and when I do, I'll tell you guys my results. Online for sure I'll play this. Like every deck I'll probably play online, but in physical format we'll see. So yes, get excited for this deck I guess too. The next two decks that I'm going to talk about is decks that are already in the meta and are still considered very viable play even in Japan standards. So this, of course, is our favorite, the Mew Genesect Fusion Strike deck. Well, I think it's still the most consistent deck. It's just really, really strong. Lots of ways to set yourself up in a single turn, one-shot knockouts are a thing, and it's literally really, really awesome. With the introduction of trekking boots, it's even better, because you can if you're running out, if you're still looking for things and you still need to dig, trekking boots allows you to dig. If you don't need the top card, chuck it, draw another card. You might need that card, and that card may have give you access to other cards. So this deck still is viable, still is very strong, still hits like a brick. And I know, of course, I'll still be playing this deck because, you know, Mew Genesect is just really, really that strong. And then the other deck that we're going to see quite often is, hey, it's your boy Arceus. Of course, Arceus will still see play, and you know, because it does run the Sobble line, you will see Irida in this deck, and you will see Roxanne because it is still not the most hard-hitting deck. So if you can terrorize your opponent's game plans, then you are always going to be at least in the equal footing or one step ahead. And this is also a deck that I will also be playing. I'm gonna have to like fix it around a little bit to bring it back to this, because I feel that you know, I don't know if I'm going to still be playing in the darkness format of Arceus, or I'll go back to the standard water droplet as this one is. So yes, this is the two decks that I'm sure that we will still be seeing in the meta and are currently being played right now, and that is you know, really nice because it just shows how great the support and how strong those two decks are. And these are the decks that I assume we will be seeing here in the Astral Radiance meta, and I'm really excited to see all these decks play out. I'm really excited for all of these things to show up on the table. And I'm excited for Palkia and Blissey. So those are my top two, and I'm pretty sure everyone else has their own little kind of taste of what they're expecting to see in this meta. So if you guys don't know, we are competing in the Vancouver regionals, and you know, this set will not be available for them, even though it drops the same day as the same weekend as the event. Of course, there's always that 2-week layaway period when a new set drops. So we won't be playing any of these decks, and yeah, I haven't really decided which one I'm going to be playing. Leaning towards Arceus, but then there's also you know, there's also Mew, and then there's also Urshifu, and then there's Whimsicott. You know, Whimsicott's only like an if, but yes. Really excited for that regionals, and I'm really happy that we might be even seeing some of you guys there. But yes, these are the decks. Hope you guys learn from this, enjoy from it, take the deck, tweak it, make it your own, succeed, and always, you know, be diligent. So with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time on the next video. So remember, always dream big and always aim for the peaks. Have a good one.